All right, let's take a look at the entire draft. Any obvious winners and losers?
You know, I think when you're breaking down the winners, I think you got to start with the Timberwolves. They got the best player in the draft. I mean, it's kind of cliche to go that way, but Karl-Anthony Towns could be a potential rock-solid all-star. I think you got to start with him. I think the Los Angeles Lakers are a big winner. I think that what they did was very wise, passing on Jahlil Okafor.
Taking Russell.
I thought that was really smart because conservatism, quite honestly, doesn't build contenders when you're looking to try to rebuild from the ground up. I think Russell's going to be a potential star. And I think when you look at the Miami Heat, obviously Justice Winslow falling to where he did.
Fell in their lap at 10. Yeah.
That was pretty fortunate for them, and it's not like the Miami Heat need that much more luck anyway.
I think the Timberwolves are going to be for real with all that youth they have there?
They're building a very unique team, and I really like what they're doing. You know, honestly, when they made the deal with Kevin Love, they got lucky because to be able to get Andrew Wiggins, you know, Anthony Bennett was a little bit of a throw-in, but now they've got the last 3 #1 overall picks on their team, 2 of which could be very, very good. But to build an inside-out tandem between Andrew Wiggins and Karl-Anthony Towns, that's an exceptional foundation, I think, to build upon.
Obviously, not everybody can win in the draft. How about some losers?
Yeah, you know, I think I'd start with the Sacramento Kings, and a lot of the reason I go with them is because of the build-up to the draft. It was just chaos in Sacramento with the George Karl situation, DeMarcus Cousins. A lot of this was centered around the voice that Karl has and the way that the organization reacted to that. I think Willie Cauley-Stein could be a potentially good pick. His stock fell quite a bit. He didn't do all that well in workouts. He had an ankle issue that's kind of lingering, and a lot of people are concerned about in the league. He could be a fine player defensively, but I think it's a little bit of a reach pick. I think when you look at the 76ers, you know, they just kind of went with the easy pick. They took Jahlil Okafor because he fell in their lap, but they lost leverage now. They couldn't move the pick that on draft night, and now having Okafor, Nerlens Noel, and Joel Embiid, that's a potential logjam right there. And then you look at the Boston Celtics. I really, quite honestly, don't know what they were doing with that ticket. Terry Rozier. You know, they've got Avery Bradley and Marcus Smart already, and Isaiah Thomas. I don't know. I don't know if they're trying to move somebody out in the future, but that pick confused me quite a bit.
Was there any one move that was mind-blowing, eye-popping, positively or negatively, besides obviously Boston taking Terry Rozier?
Yeah, you know, I think you know, a couple guys fell. You mentioned Devin Booker. I think a lot of people expected him to be top 10. Kelly Oubre fell to 15, and some people felt like he was top 10. You know, draft night was, a lot of people built it up to maybe be this kind of explosion of moves, and it really kind of stayed quiet. Once D'Angelo Russell went #2 overall, I think a lot of people expected some chaos, but it really didn't blow up all that much.
All right, ESPN.com's Royce Young. Stay tuned. We'll have some of your questions for Royce coming up later in the show. Summer League news, OSU ex Michael Cobbins will join the Thunder this summer. Summer League starts Saturday in Orlando, by the way. Cobbins stayed in Stillwater 4 years, averaging 7 points and 6 rebounds last season. It's extremely difficult to make the team as an undrafted free agent, especially with the talent in Oklahoma City, but at least Cobbins has a shot. Former Sooner Tayshaun Thomas will try to catch on with the Orlando Magic this summer. Thomas signed as a free agent after going undrafted Thursday night. In his 1 year at OU, he averaged 11.6 points and 6.5 rebounds per game.